Hi, this is Ashio, and this is Dragon Dating Simulator. This is, in some ways, a prototype for Angels of Scaly Wings. I thought that this was lost media, to be honest. So, it was April Fool's Day the other day, and lo and behold, sneaky little guys over at the developing crew with Angels of Scaly Wings, they released a demo. They didn't specify if it was their upcoming game, so I downloaded it, and yeah, it's the original game. So this is going to be really interesting. I've always wanted to check this out. It was originally a project, I think it was on Indiegogo, and it didn't quite hit its target. And then a year or so later, Angels of Scaly Wings started to come around. So yeah, this is an early version. I think there's an early version of Remy in here. Let's have a look. I really don't know. I'm really excited to see this one. It's Remy! Thank you again for helping me in the library today. Without you, I might have been stuck for a few more hours sorting books. Inviting you for dinner is the least I can do. Mon dîner, okay. It's no problem, really is. There's something you could do for me? Potato. It's no problem. It's no problem, really. After all, I'm here to learn about and study your kind. Spending some time in the library with a scholar of your renown seemed only fitting. Well, my gratitude is yours regardless. Mon invité. I don't know about some of this French and my pronunciation might be not very good. Anyways, is there anything in particular you'd like to eat? Anything steak? Veal? Wow, I could go for some meat and moo. Veal. You're in luck. I actually do have a few veal steaks left that we could dine upon. This might take a while, so feel right at home. With these words, Remy leaves the room to yourself as he walks into the semi-walled off kitchen. There is no door, as you can now see him open the fridge before he takes out 2 steaks and sets them on the counter. Soon, you can see him prepare the various ingredients with his somewhat clumsy paws. There always seems to be a thing about Angels of Scaly Wings in this game as well. There's always a cooking element. People do like taking time out to have a nice meal with good quality food. As you take a look around, you notice the almost mesmerising tidiness that permeates the apartment. Shelves are filled with books, scrolls, magazines and other various trinkets. While there is no TV, you can see a computer sitting on the desk in one corner of the room and a dining table in another, next to the section that leads into the kitchen. Suddenly, the repetitious noise of vegetables being cut ceases as Remy returns to the adjoining room. I'll be back in just a minute. You can see Remy vanish through one of the doors, closing and locking it behind him. Okay, why'd he do that? What do you want to do? Oh, we can snoop while he's locked himself away. That's computer. You walk toward the computer desk, and while you marvel at this wondrous piece of technology, you notice a framed picture of a dragon next to the monitor. Okay, let's have a look. You pick up the picture to examine it more closely. It appears the depicted dragon is of adult age. In human terms, you would estimate her to be in her mid-20s. Her crimson scaled head is adorned with frills that run down on the back of her neck. You don't recognise her. As you put the picture back in its place, your hand bumps into the oddly shaped mouse, and the computer springs to life as you can hear the sounds of fans buzzing. Not long after, characters and pictures appear on the screen. It seems to have started some sort of game as you— oh god. What? You hope you didn't break the computer? As you step away from the now seemingly lifeless object and sit down at the dining table, trying to preserve a look of innocence. Did we just break Remy's computer? The bathroom door opens once more, revealing the white dragon, who notices you at the dinner table when suddenly you can feel your stomach growling slightly. You can barely hear its muffled sound yourself, but when you see the dragon's ears perk, you realise he must have much more sensitive ears than you expected. Hungry already, I take it. Put up his shirt. Wow, he's not wearing— he is wearing a shirt. Wow, he's actually wearing clothes. Crazy. I'm empty. Well, I'll give you something to fill your belly with soon enough. With a steady gait, he once more enters the kitchen. Soon, you can hear the sizzling of the steaks frying as the delicious smell of steak wafts from the kitchen into your direction. Fueled by its fragrant odour, you slowly lose yourself to daydreams as you close your eyes. Feeling hungry. Something wrong? You're salivating. Mon motma? It's nothing. I was just thinking about something. Well, food's ready. Enjoy. Looking in front of me, I see the plates already there, steak and all. As Remy has already started consummation of his meal, I take the knife he so kindly provided and cut off a small piece from the corner of the steak. Then I pierce it with the fork, its 3 prongs penetrating the flesh unrelentingly. Slowly, I raise it into my mouth, my tongue gliding over the bare substance briefly before it enters my lips. I take the first bite. What an ever so slightly crisp exterior, with much softer and juicy insides. So gentle is its softness that it almost seems to be melting on my tongue, like butter, as the taste rapidly spreads amongst my gustatory receptors. Wow, it's almost perfect. Almost. Okay, what were you thinking about? Huh? You said you were thinking about something earlier. Do you live here by yourself? I was thinking about the recent murders. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've heard about those. As an advisor of the council, I actually hear more about them than I'd like. People can be so cruel sometimes. Do you think they're connected? Well, the police would probably have a better opinion about this than I do, but I dare say it would be quite a coincidence to get this number of murders in such a short amount of time if they were all done by different individuals for different reasons. Where I come from, this wouldn't actually be that unusual. That might be so, but here it's most exceptional. Look at the statistics. It becomes obvious that there's been a definite rise in violent crime. Why do you think that is? I wouldn't know. It's not my area of expertise. I've advised the council on this matter in regards to public safety, but tracking down the culprits and wondering about their motives is not something I want to do. Public safety? It's nothing special. Advise the people not to go around at night alone, and to notify the police when they see something suspicious. Those kinds of things. I see. Anyways, how do you like the food? Adequate, delicious. I'd marry the steak if I could. Make up a rhyme about steaks. This spits and bars. Rhyme. Paddock cake will be on an extended break. Let us make patty steak, 'cause patty steak is not a fake. Steak and cake always bake, often gives me stomachache. Okay, sometimes you just make no sense to me. Sorry man, just had to do it. The rest of the evening was rather uneventful. We continued our conversation with topics of no particular interest, and an hour or two later I left. All things considered, it was a nice evening, nothing special, but sometimes that's all you need. Did I mess up? Was it because I did that rhyme at the end? Maybe I should be nicer. Retro mode unlocked. Start a new game to select retro mode. What is that? Okay. Do you wish to enable retro mode? Enable. What is this? What is this? Oh wow! Thanks again for helping me in the library today, so we can play again in retro mode. But maybe I can pick different options. So what do I do? Should I just be rude? I'll go potato. I think I got a few potatoes, but potatoes alone don't make for a particularly good dinner, don't you think? Maybe we can find something else to go with them. Okay, moo. You imitate the familiar telltale call of cattle to the best of your abilities, which in your case is not particularly sharp. Yeah, moo. Well, I do have a few steaks left. This might take a while, so feel at home. Okay, so that means we can snoop around a little bit more. So what do we do? I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we wrecked the computer before. Let's check out the kitchen. As you walk into the kitchen, you can already see the 2 steaks and some various herbs and vegetables neatly cut and salted next to each other on the counter. The stove is activated and slowly approaching cooking temperature. What do you want to do? I could yoink a steak. You quickly take one of the steaks lying on the counter and ogle it like a piece of meat. I mean, it is a piece of meat. Its shiny, juice-covered exterior glistening in the light flooding the kitchen. As its alluring smell enters your nostrils, you cannot resist anymore when you make your decision. You try cramming it into your pocket, but find its spatial capacity wholly insufficient. You deliberate other options, but as you don't have your bag with you, you quickly stuff it down your pants, where it's held in place by the elastic band of your underwear. Why have we done this? Putting your shirt back into position, it now covers the rest of the steak that would otherwise stick out from the rim of your trousers. No one will be able to tell the difference, you think to yourself, as you walk back into the living room and sit down at the dining table. We stole a steak and shoved it down our pants. Okay. The bathroom door opens, once more revealing the white dragon, who notices you at the dinner table. Okay, and we are hungry. We are hungry. Let's just do all the weird options. Pull up your shirt. You pull up your shirt to uncover your somewhat hairy belly underneath, exposing it to the gaze of the dragon before you. Your hands softly stroke along it, in a circular motion, gently caressing the skin, hair and body fat beneath. Wow. Also, the steak is there too. Do you think that's a lot of hair? Because I think it's pretty hairy. Some of the hair is blonde, so you might not be able to tell from the distance. Which means you have to touch it to feel them. This is pure harassment. It's kind of soft. I'm afraid you need to leave. Oh, we got kicked out. Now. Ah! Sorry. We got kicked out. He shooed me out the apartment fairly quickly after that. And not wanting to make a scene, I left. He didn't even let me eat my steak. I'm still not sure what exactly went wrong that evening, but somehow I don't think he'll want to meet with me again. But what he doesn't realise is that I still had that steak I took earlier, safely tucked away in my pants. When I got home, I cooked it. It was delicious. What? Okay, so don't sexually harass Remy. He doesn't deserve that. So let's have another look. Let's stay in retro mode for now. Okay, I've done exactly the same decisions as before. I'm not going to put up my shirt because that will get me kicked out, which is fair enough and fully deserved. So I'm just going to say I'm hungry. I'm empty. I'll give you something to fill your belly soon enough. Skip ahead. I can see him hesitating when he notices there's only one steak. But shortly after, he opens the fridge again and takes out another steak that he sets on the counter. Nice. So he had a backup. That is good. He just lost count. You find yourself in a vast black emptiness. You look around but see nothing. You just feel. Floating around in the emptiness, a strong desire beseeches you. You try flapping your wings to direct the course toward your goal, but you realise you do not even possess a body. Instead, you float where you think you must. Faster and faster. You're nearly there now. You can sense it. It surrounds you, the succulent aroma of beefy goodness. You can feel it entering your pores as the essence of steak slowly takes over. It becomes you. You become one. Soon. Wow, that's a lot of steak fantasy going on there. Something wrong? Just salivating? Okay. I was thinking about the recent murders. Yeah, we spoke about this. So how was the steak? I'd marry this steak if I could. Seeing how it's already half gone, I don't think this marriage would last particularly long. Okay. The rest of the evening was rather uneventful. We continued our conversation with topics of no particular interest, and an hour or two later, I left. All things considered, it was a nice evening. Nothing special, but sometimes that's all you need. Maybe we'll meet again, Mr. Laris, and see where this will all go. And then I still also had that steak I took earlier, so that's nice. The end. Okay, I'm going to see if there's a good ending. So let's not have retro mode. Let's go with standard mode. And I'll try and have the best ending I can get. Okay, so I tried to be nice, but I haven't looked at his shelves before. What's on the shelves? You move toward one of the shelves lining the living room. It's filled with plenty of books, fiction and non-fiction alike. From the titles alone, it seems all genres are more or less represented. There are also scrolls, neatly sorted in holders, though you can't seem to make out the logical consistency behind their arrangement. You notice the edge of a magazine sticking out between two books, which seems oddly out of place to you, as you can see the rest of the magazines neatly sorted on a different shelf. Okay, let's check out the magazine. You put on the corner of the magazine, slowly revealing its colourful cover. On it you can see a dragon sprawled on its side, a piece of cloth providing strategic cover. Bold-faced letters above it reveal its title, Raunchy Reptiles. Curiously, you thumb through the pages before you realise just how diverse the professor's library really is. You close the magazine quickly and look toward the bathroom door. It's still closed, and no sound can be heard for the moment, until suddenly you can hear the sound of footsteps approaching the door from the inside. Hastily, you put back the magazine and sit down at the dining table. Wow, he got a little private library there. So I found this magazine. Yeah. Which one? The one between the two books? I saw it because it wasn't with the other magazines. The title was Raunchy Reptiles, if I remember correctly. Well, you see, I do have a variety of magazines and books about all kinds of different subjects. I saw as much, And you may have heard, I do have a degree in biology, which is one of the reasons I was given the honour of coming here in the first place. As such, your anatomy is of my interests, and one of the things I'm supposed to study. My anatomy? Plural. I was talking about your kind in general, not you in particular. Oh, well, in that case, I might be able to find a more suitable book for your studies sometime. I'd greatly appreciate that, thanks. Okay, so that was awkward as hell. Okay. It's delicious food. Thanks. I suppose you learn to cook for yourself when you live on your own for long enough. The rest of the evening went rather nicely. We continued talking, and after we were done with our meals, he showed me some of his work, which I took a great interest in. And when I eventually had to leave, I did so reluctantly. Somehow, I think this would not be the last time we would meet like this. Okay, that seemed like a better ending. It wasn't so awkward, even though we did find his stash, but otherwise, I think we did a good job. Okay, so one final thing that I seem to find is, after you look at Remy's photo on the computer, you can ask, do you live here by yourself? Tell me about this. I do. As a matter of fact, you're the first person to visit in quite a while. Oh, but I saw the photo on the computer table. Who's she? Just someone I used to know, my dear Amelia. There's nothing quite like her in this world. What happened, if you don't mind my asking? I don't. She was a brilliant scientist and researcher for Kane Research. I initially met her at one of the council meetings where she represented the company and showed her research. With the cooperation between humans and dragons, it was no surprise they were making progress in many areas with their shared knowledge. Confident and smart as she was, I was awestruck. Just watching her talk made me feel all warm inside. After the meeting was over, she met up with me and told me there were more things she wanted to go over with me. We went out for dinner, and she admitted it was not just about the research after all. She just wanted to meet with me. I didn't mind. We hit it off immediately, and met many more times after that. Oh, love can be so beautiful. Soon enough, we moved in together. Things were just wonderful. But one day she got sick. She had to take a few days off work. I should have stayed with her, but I was too preoccupied with my own work. We had an important council meeting coming up, and so I needed to do a few extra hours. She just wanted something to ease her pain a little. I could have easily gotten the medication for her had I known, but I wasn't there. So she went off on her own. It was a car accident. I had to see her mangled corpse. Her torso was torn halfway through, while its contents spilled and scattered on the ground. With the red colour of her scales blending with the blood, it almost seemed as if it was her essence itself that had spread on the ground. When I looked at her, with her eyes seemingly staring right through me and into the distance beyond, I knew she was gone. So soft and gentle was she, yet so easily broken. Some things, it seems, just aren't meant to be. That was rough. I'm sorry. You don't have to be. You had nothing to do with it. Anyways, how'd you like the food? Wow, what a change of tone. It's delicious. The rest of the evening went rather nicely. We continued talking, and after we were done with our meals, he showed me some of his work, which I took a great interest in. And when I eventually had to leave, I did so reluctantly. Somehow, I think this would not be the last time we would meet like this. At any rate, I'll be looking forward to seeing his blocky smile again. Okay, we got Remy's good ending, I think, and Remy's blocky ending too. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed this demo. It was a nice little excursion from all the Angels of Scaly Wings stuff. It was nice to see how these ideas from this demo were kind of pushed further into the main game. But I hope this was of interest to you and I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.